Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, and today we're going to be talking about probably the most insane tier changes we've ever had, and it's all because of the DLC. So this is going to be really interesting. If you guys like this type of video, feel free to sub. This is really just not really a visual video, just I'm going to be talking the entire time, and you guys can leave your thoughts on all these tier changes. I'm going to show you the next page in a second, but I just want to show you guys the usage stats. So no surprise, Genesect number 1, Landorus up there too, both Landoruses. Heatran number 3, I mean, it's incredible, it being able to check number 1, number 9, number 8, number 4, and a ton of actual Pokemon in this metagame is insane for this month. This is like the Heatran metagame. Plus I can run Flame Body as well for when Genesect was actually allowed. It obviously got banned. Spectre number 4, again, no surprise either. There's no pursuit in the game, and this Pokemon's very easy at snowballing into a sweep. On Choice Scarf, it just gets the Grimnay and then just does its thing. Specs just has very little switch-ins as well, Heatran being one of them, Blissey. Zygarde, probably the next Pokemon along with Landorus and Kyurem along to hit, like, maybe be banned. I think Glare Zygarde's busted for sure. Landorus at number 6, Pheromosa at number 7, Kyurem Black at number 8, Magearna at number 9, and then Urshifu Single Strike at number 10. Now those are our top 10 for OU right now. And then we see Regieleki at number 11, good. Like I said, this mon's amazing. Some standard stuff over here. Melmetal, Blaziken, yep. Naganadel obviously got banned. Torn, I don't think Torn is broken at all. By the way, it got banned from National Dex a while back, but I don't think it's broken at all. And then just going down all the way to number 40, Urshifu Rapid Strike almost did not make OU. In fact, I saw some usage stats from 4 days ago, and Urshifu Rapid Strike had dropped down. Now, whatever, who cares about all this? I mean, this is cool to see like the usage and whatnot, but look at the damn tier shifts. Look who fell down. Just take that in for a second. Just take that in for a second, right? Just look at OU to UU. Just take that in. Look at some top 10 mons from last tier shift at Volcarona and Zeraora. Look at Tapu Lele and Tapu Bulu and UU. Look at look at Magnezone in UU. Look at Celesteela and Buzzwole. I mean, Buzzwole was UU at a point, but they only unbanned Buzzwole to UU before because I did M bump to the top. Look at Celesteela in the UU tier, right? You got Azu back in UU. Jesus, man. Blacephalon, I think this month's gonna go right back up though. Hippowdon. So just like we'll go over each and every one of them, but Kyurem back in UU, Como, Jirachi back, and then look at RU. Look who fell. Freaking top 15 mon right here fell down to RU. And you got Calyrex down here in PU. Makes sense. They're doing like quick drops. And then they have Zygarde 10% in PU. All right, that mon is gonna be banned from the tier, but I cannot wait to talk about this. We'll go really quickly over the rises because I don't think anybody cares about the rises. It's the drops that are going to be sick. Also, if I'm not mistaken, UU is starting in alpha mode again, so Drizzle is also going to be unbanned. And I see Amistar down here, Kabutops viable. I think there's a Kingdra somewhere, maybe. Maybe. Kingdra is NU. So this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So from UU to OU, we got Slowbro rising up. I mean, Slowbro checks a majority of Pokemon. Cinderace was allowed back. It checks Blaziken. It can check Zygarde and whatnot too. So I mean, it makes sense why Slowbro would be moved up. With Ice Beam and Teleport and whatnot. Yep. Can even check. Obviously checks Landorus as well and Heatran. So from RA to UU, we have Bronzong, Dhelmise, Golisopod, Klefki, Umbreon, and Heliolisk. I know Heliolisk has been seeing a lot of, or some tournament usage rather. I'm gonna just barely go over these because I don't really care about the raises too much because I haven't been playing the tiers besides OU at the moment, so I'm not even sure like what's there. I know like Slush Rush Mons are around too. From NED, we have Frostlass and Malamar. I'm surprised this mon moved up. Snorlax finally got back to RU, which is cool for it. I mean, there's a bunch of fire types in that tier that I can check. This is crazy because from NU to RU, we lost Mudsdale, and that was the premier ground type of the tier. That was the actual premier ground type of the tier. I love that Abomasnow and Vanillix went up to RU because these guys got Slush Rush now, and that's legal. So I mean that makes sense between them. Cramorant is like the new NU defogger, like flavor of the month type of thing. It's a decent defogger. Has Brave Bird to threaten fighting types like Gallade as well. From ZU to NU, Trevenant, Ghost type is incredible in this tier. You got like Poltergeist and stuff putting in work. Just it's super strong. We have Golbat in NU. I'm assuming it's a nice little check to the fighters in the tier as well, being faster than a lot of them as well, can Toxic and Defog as well. Combuskin from ZUB out of PU. Speed Boost Combuskin makes sense. Little sweeper on the special side, maybe Swords Dance too. From ZU to PU, Gothitelle. Shadow Tag on ban in this? Like, no way. That would have been OU. And then Swoobat. So, forget all that, right? That's, I mean, this is cool, but I haven't played too many of the tiers, so, since Crown Tundra come out, so we're gonna skip over all that. Obviously, during the next tier shift, which will apparently be on the 15th, which is gonna be crazy because there's another one on the 1st as well. We got some ridiculous tier shifts. So from OUBL, we have Gengar, Hawlucha, and Primarina. Honestly, surprised that Hawlucha went down, considering I think that Coco plus Lucha is still a very, very strong combo in the current metagame. But yeah, especially because it actually threatens everything here besides maybe Zygarde, but you can taunt Zygarde so it can't glare you. Regieleki, man, crazy mon. Gengar Aegislash went down. I mean, it makes sense. They're strong ghost types, right? But Spectre just got released, and that's a new toy syndrome, bro. Plus, that mon's amazing. I think Aegislash will obviously go back up eventually. But Gengar always falls down when a new ghost comes out. That's just, at least that's what we've seen from this generation, right? And then Primarina fell down too. I don't think defensive Primarina is as good in a more fast-paced metagame that we had right now. With Pokemon like Genesect, Pokemon like Landers with Sludge Wave, Pheromosa just U-turning out, Poison Jabbing on the switch-in, Kyurem Black just Fusion Bolting. I just think it wasn't like ready for the fast-paced metagame. It's better in a balanced metagame. From OU to UU, we have Aerodactyl. Now, I think the Aerodactyl only fell down the UU, and again, they did like a bunch of crazy stats, but I think Aerodactyl only fell on the UU because some people were actually using it in OU as a Stealth Rock Suicide lead. But in terms of what it can do in UU, I'm excited to see like maybe Dragon Dance Aerodactyl try and do something, because I mean it has good coverage with Dual Wing Beat, Earthquake, Stone Edge respectively, and it actually has like basically it's the entire tier for super effective or neutral damage. Alakazam fell down to UU as well. Now Zam makes sense why it wasn't OU. We just had a whole bunch of Pokemon that can U-turn and ghost types that came back, so it makes sense why Zam wouldn't be in the OU tier right now. But in terms of UU, Nasty Plot Focus Sash can be really good. Thunder Wave, I think you'll see less Life Orb variants because of Pokemon like Noivern and stuff being able to just U-turn and Debray being able to check and Incineroar being able to check, so I think you want that insurance on it. Amoonguss fell down, and again I think that also has a lot to do with it being a more fast-paced meta, at least currently, and Pokemon like Kyurem being around and Magearna being back, and you know, Kyurem and Magearna being back makes Amoonguss worse. Zygarde being able to sub up and coil on Amoonguss because there's no hidden power ice makes Amoonguss worse. Glare and Articuno went from OE to UU as well. I think this Pokemon is pretty underrated, but I think it'll do worse in UU than it would in actually maybe not. I take that back, because the UU ghost types, the UU dark types, excuse me, are Obstagoon, Incineroar, ignoring any other dark type that might have dropped here. Let's just check. Galarian, Moltres, and Hydreigon. Jesus, man, Hydreigon. And Chronon. But the UU ghost types actually don't resist Hurricane. Dark types, excuse me, don't resist Hurricane. And freaking Incineroar gives it a boost because of the competitive. So it might actually have a nice little place here, especially with like some sort of dual screens off. You're gonna be in shambles, guys. Leave some broken teams. Leave some broken teams on my smoke on wall. Azelf is UU, probably gonna find its place in the UU tier as well as like a Stealth Rock lead setter, as well as just kind of blowing up on Pokemon too. I feel like Azelf is always a good UU Pokemon, or even OU at just doing specifically just that. Like, it doesn't really do much else besides set up screens. I doubt we'll see Nasty Plot, but then again, its speed tier is really good in the UU tier too. Like, it's faster than basically everything besides freaking Zero Order that fell down, and Raikou with speed ties with. So, at least from what felt. But dual screens lead and Stealth Rock lead. If Rain gets Drizzle gets banned, which it most likely will, again, because I'm fairly confident that it'll do alpha. But if Drizzle gets banned, they maybe you might see some Rain Dance lead as alpha as well. Azu went down to UU as well, and I'm just looking at Belly Drum Azu switch-ins. Everything up here loses to +6 attacks. Loses, can check it with exchange speed. Has to not be at like 60 or 50% or so to lose. Couldn't live a +6, but not without spikes. Freeze dries. Latias. Yeah, shoot, Belly Drum Azu looked like a damn threat. I mean, as always, but even then, even with the few checks they do have down here, nice little Tangrowth. I do think that Azu may end up just being too much. Maybe not immediately, but after certain bans are happening, for sure. There's no way Blacephalon stays in this tier. I'm sorry. It has too much of a speed. It's fast in all the dark types, right? Which is the important thing. It's fast in all the dark types. And while the dark types can easily check it, like Bisharp and Incineroar, I say check. And it didn't get Scorching Sands, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Just Fire Blast and Shadow Ball are just really hard to switch into. And because we don't have because there's not a Pokemon like Alamola, Alamola is not in the game, to just Wish Pass repeatedly to these dark types, and obviously Clefable still stayed OU. Nobody's going to be using Aromatisse, in my opinion, UU. I think that's not the way to do it. I think that this mon's just going to be able to just plow through its counters. I don't think Blacephalon, I can't see Blacephalon staying UU. Very similar to a Buzzwole, I think it's going to be a Pokemon that, like any other Beast Boost Mon, can kind of just snowball. Can kind of just snowball through everything, right? Like, it's going to be able to knock something out with close combat and then get a Beast Boost and then go from there. It can sub up as well, which is going to be the big one. Noivern does have access to Infiltrator though, so that's something to keep in mind. But like sub, or even just Bandit or Scarf for close combat, Leech Life type of thing, has very little switch-ins in this tier. Scarm can take on like Scarf variants, but not after they boosted, and Scarm has to run Brave Bird to do damage back. Yeah, Buzzwole I can see it either. Same thing with Celestial. Like, what the hell, man? The thing is, these mons are all good too, guys. Keep in mind that for DLC, they decide to make the cutoff differently. That way, for everything that drops, that way they can just immediately start fixing tiers instead of just having like a million bans from whatever, or just like, yeah, basically that. Instead of just having a million bans, because normally all the mods that didn't make, basically all these mods would normally happen if it wasn't for DLC. All these mods that fell from OU would always be UU. See how it says OU to RU, OU to NU, OU to PU? All these mons would be UU. Every single one of these mons would be PU. So you see Carbink in UU, you see Relic in UU, mons that wouldn't be there typically. So they adjusted it for DLC. But yeah, Celesteela definitely going to be too much as well. Defensively, it can beat basically everything. Magnezone down here and Rotom freaking hate, but defensively still can beat everything. I could even see like a Totemized Meteor Beam type of thing to beat its counters. So no way that Pokemon stays. Crawdaunt as well, another mon that while currently it does have some of the best switch-ins in the tier to it. There's Tangrowth, there's Como, and there's Buzzwole, all being around. I'm not sure how much they'd stay, especially with Genesect and let's say from OU, Landorus, Pheromosa, Zygarde, and Kyurem Black all get banned eventually. You'll see Kyurem rise back up. You'll see Hydreigon rise back up. You'll see Hippowdon rise back up easily. But Crawdaunt gonna be able to decimate everything. It's a wall breaker. What can it do? Cresselia is gonna be interesting in the tier. It's gonna be a good Trick Room mon. Gonna be a good anti fighting check for the tier as well. I think you might see some sort of Calm Mind variants at Crest also, it being around. It does have access to Store Power and Calm Mind. It does have Moonblast as well. You might even see some, well, you can't really see Flame War. I don't think Flame War Cycle Shift is very good. I don't think that's very good because Obstagoon is still in the tier 2. But maybe like Calm Mind variants, Trick Room variants for sure. I mean, you have good Trick Room options as well. Stack Attack is down here as well. Crawdaunt's a good Trick Room option. Oz is a good Trick Room option. Hattery's a good Trick Room option. So you might see it on some sort of Trick Room teams. DNC fell down as well to the UU tier. I really loved UU DNC at a point. I think the DNC was a fantastic UU mon at one point. Unfortunately, it didn't get like... Okay, it did. Thank God. I was about to be mad for a second. I was like, did they really hold this mon like they did with Bulu and Coco in them. So DNC did get Mystical Fire. And it's funny because, like, if you actually look at the UU tier, get rid of all the broken Pokemon here. And if you look at last gen UU, you have, like, Latias, Scizor. You have, like, I'm sorry, I have to keep clicking on it so you can see my thing. But you got Latias, you have Scizor, all S-ranked Pokemon from last generation. And then after that, it kind of, like, fizzles out to, like, busted Pokemon. But Diancie is a good Pokemon. Not only are there a million dragons in this tier, and Diancie has like a million defense, but it also has Mystical Fire now too, so it can threaten Steel types immediately. Like it had Earth Power before, but it can threaten Steel types. So I think Diancie eventually will find its place in UU as a really good Stealth Rocker / Heal Bell user, and just a good potential check to dragons and everything in the tier. I think Diancie has a nice little home over here. Entei, same thing, very similar. Sacred Fire, Extreme Speed, not being locked to Adamant Nature if it wants to use some combination of the two. So it could be Jolly as well with that base 100 speed. So being able to burn even Pokemon like Como and being faster guaranteed than Kyurem and things like that. And like Dragon with the Banded Sacred Fire sounds really, really nice. Entei as well as a good offensive fire type check to Volcarona. Volcarona, what the hell are you doing here? To Volcarona as well. So, okay, pretty cool. Though you might end up seeing it RU, the may stay huge for a bit. I think that sub combine could be really cool too. Let me check if Entei actually did get access to Scorching Sands, because again, that I want to go through that list again and watch that video again, and then just react to it. I did get access to Scorching Sands. Okay, so some of the stuff was right, some of them were wrong. Then we have Glastrier, and I mentioned Trick Room, right? You got Crest, you got Hatterene, you got Crawdon, now you have Glastrier. This mon in general, though, I think that one of the better sets is going to be, like, that's not straight up offensively Trick Room, especially because Magnezone is down here too, which I could not see staying. But Sora's Dance, Heavy Duty Boots plus like Magnezone sounds really good, right? You trap the Steel, and then you're just bulky enough to eat hits from basically everything. And that's just the type of Pokemon this is that bulky. So I can see a very Sora's Dance bulky variant putting in a ton of work, and then I could see. And then I can see, what's it called? Obviously, Banded being okay. I think Banded, Glacial Lance. Oh, excuse me. Banded Icicle Crash, because that's the other one that goes Glacial Lance. Banded Icicle Crash seems really strong too, despite a bunch of steals in the tier, because it has higher power and close combat coverage too. And of course, Hatterene. Hatterene was UU for a bit. Combine defensive sets were very, very good, very, very viable. I think Trick Room is just going to be just as good too, because like I said, you have a whole bunch. You got the horse right there. You got the Corphish. Okay, the Corphish evolution. Well, there are a plethora of good steel types down here too. Like freaking Stack Attack Hatterene is going to be a nice combo. So Hat's going to have a nice little place here, unless it eventually goes back up to OU. But we'll see how OU ends up shifting, because I think Hat still has a really good niche. You know, it's good versus offense. It's good versus Fat as well. You just need to. You just needs to stabilize a little bit. Hippowdon, what the hell, Hippowdon? Hippowdon went down as well to UU, and I think a lot of this, like I said, has to do with the fact that there are Pokemon like Pheromosa, like an Ice Beam. There was Genesect that could 2-hit KO as well. There was Landorus as well. So, like, Magearna was back. Hippo was kind of just overwhelmed, in my opinion, and I feel like also like Spectrier as well could just like do a side. So it's kind of crazy, like to see Hippo go back down to UU, especially it's a premier OU Pokemon like less than a month ago, right? But I believe that means all the weathers are available in UU, because you have Palito, you have Hippo. I think Alolan Ninetales is gonna be unbanned too, if I'm not mistaken, as well. I believe that's what that means. So we have Alpha Man is going to be crazy, as well as Torkoal, if I'm not mistaken. Torkoal's not OU at the moment, right? Yeah. I mean, it wasn't OU before either. Let me see if there's Torkoal. Where the hell did Torkoal go? Whatever. I guess Torkoal's in this tier, no matter what. But yeah, so like I mean, Weather Wars is going to be straight up Gen 5, which is going to be pretty cool. Torkoal's RU, yeah. So Weather Wars, man, that's gonna be so fun. Hydreigon. Okay, so again, this mon was the premier breaker in OU not too long ago, right? And this mon's gonna wreak havoc in UU too. It's gonna wreak havoc. Yeah, it got Nasty Plot. There are like good fighting checks and they're good offensive checks, but they are not good special defensive checks besides Sylveon. Sylveon, the only mon that can eat that +2, not remember max, but have to do that +2 Life Orb Flash Cannon, and then KO back with Hyper Voice, even with sub nasty plot. So I don't know how long we'll see Dragon stay UU, especially with the nasty plot, because it's a little bit overwhelming. But maybe it's the case where its speed tier is like okay to a point where offensive fighters can check it, and offensive dragons too, and even like you might even see Jirachi tech Moonblast. Sorry about that, it's a little early. You might even see Jirachi tech Moonblast and do something for that. Being a Jirachi can obviously do anything, right? Calm Mind, it can be Sub Calm Mind, it can be Choice Scarf with Iron Head. Honestly, Choice Scarf is not even looking that bad here. It can be Trek. I think Calm Mind 3 attacks is really good too. Like Thunderbolt, Psychic, Flash Cannon type of thing, or even Aura Sphere if you want to deal with Magnezone. Rauchi also brings Stealth Rock, brings Special Defensive Wish support too, which is really nice when Lottie is in a tier 2, as well as Alakazam. Como comes down too, another premier OU dragon that kind of just got like overwhelmed by mons like Psychic Landorus and Galarian Zapdos and things like that. But Premier Stealth Rocker can still Clanger Soul. I think offense is going to be kind of crazy in the Yuka tier, man. You're going to see like some Suicide type lead Stealth Rocker, maybe Azo, maybe Aerodactyl, or even like dual screens plus like setup Como or belly jump Como and Dragoness Curum and Swordsdance Scizor and Calm Mind Lottie, or even Lottie with like the healing wish support type of thing. So nice offensive dragon. Speaking of which, you got Specs Curum too, which Blissey is actually OU. So that'll be interesting to see what ends up switching into this. I do think, if I'm not mistaken, that yeah, Chansey is UU. That's basically the only switching. And if it wants to, it can try and pressure stall Chansey. But I don't know, man. This mon that barely has switching to the OU tier. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be doing in UU. We have Latias as well. Latias is a premier UU staple. Usually, with getting access to Aura Sphere as well as Mystical Fire, now it's gonna be that much better. It was already S rank before. Maybe it'll be S plus rank because there's very few switch-ins to its actual thing. And while it lacks Z moves, which was something that allowed it to deal with Pokemon like Empoleon last time, and also deal with like either knockoff from Crocodile and knock it out with Z Dragonium or Dragonium Z, there's no Pursuit. And in last generation, there was Pursuit, and that's why Scizor would check it. That's why Crocodile could check it on teams, right? That's why Bisharp could check it. So to see there being no Pursuit, man, and Lottie getting all this coverage, this mon is gonna be one of the queen of the UU tier. Good to see one of my favorite Pokemon putting in some work. And speaking of the king or the queen and her king, Magnezone is, well, I mean Scizor up there too, but Magnezone is going to be a phenomenal pair for Lottie. Like, you don't want to run coverage, you run Magnezone with it, right? I think that Specs and Scar Magnezone are going to be obviously really good because they're going to deal with Pokemon like Scizor as well as Skarmory, but I also think like the sub body press set is going to be really, really, really good because that'll allow Magnezone to actually beat Pokemon like Registeel. That'll allow Magnezone to beat like potentially fighters in the tier if it gets a sub Iron Defense body press going on, while also checking Fairy types in the tier. But Zone, I don't see it staying OU. There's Pokemon here that I don't see staying UU for very long, and not just because of being banned, but eventually just moving up due to opposite tier shifts or like tier shifts like happening again. And Zone is like one of them. Like, I think it's disrespectful that Zone is UU. I think it's very disrespectful, very, very unhonest players. We got Metagross as well. I'm excited about Metagross in UU. I don't know if it's going to be its staple in UU or RU, but I'm happy that while they didn't give it close combat, it has body press. And it had Iron Defense from before. So it actually has a shot of just straight up sweeping. Like, straight up sweeping. Oh, I thought... apparently they didn't unban Drizzle. My bad. Can someone let me know, is Drizzle still banned? I just looked at UU tier, my bad. I'm looking at like TDK and them and saying... So, we didn't really talk about Drizzle. Do y'all want to free it? Okay, I thought they already banned everything. I thought that's what happened. Maybe everything is unbanned, but a lot of people are saying in the UU chat to like unban everything as well. So, I thought it was unbanned, huh? But if it does get him banned, obviously it's going to make weather crazy. But yeah, Metagross, Premier Stealth Rocker. I don't know. I think that the body press sets are going to be really, really good because I think actually it gives Metagross a shot, especially if Rotom Heat goes up and a lot of the fires. It gives Metagross a shot at beating a lot of what could otherwise overwhelm it. Like, body press Metagross can beat Steal a 1v1 type of thing if it gets in the right scenario. It has very good opportunities to set up too. Mew went down to UU. Nasty Plot looks nasty. I think a lot of people are going to be stuck on like hazards as well for a bit, just to put in as much work as possible. With like things like Flip Turn as well, I can do like Stealth Rock, Spike, Flip Turn type of thing, or Explosion, Mystic Explosion, whatever it wants to do. I think Nasty Plot's going to be really good with like Weakness Policy and just bulkier variants too. Star Breakers may eventually see, because it looks like UU is going to be a very offensively paced metagame too, just based on the drops, right? So Star Breaker could be good too. Moltres. It kind of sucks this mon didn't get Roost. I feel like this is a mon that you'd see and stay in OU if it did get a Roost, because it'd be good checks to all the ghosts that are in the tier. You might see it though eventually get some usage though, but Moltres with Nasty Plot has a decent speed tier, has good special defense, and Berserk actually has a pretty decent speed tier. Yeah, overall, I wish it was a little bit faster, man. Get this mon base 100, but I don't think the Rest Talk variant that we see in OU is going to be as good. I think that Agility Nasty Plot with dual screens is going to be phenomenal though, because Dark and Flying is really, really good down here, man. There's no Tyranitar. There is no Tyranitar. There's no special defensive Heatran. There's only Chansey. And like Sylveon, which activate Weakness Policy as well as Berserk. Like, there's a lot that this thing can do. So I think the Nasty Plot variant plus Agility would be really good with dual screens. Nidoking, finally in UU like it always is. Amazing mon. Amazing UU mon. Great special breaker. Never too broken in my opinion. Especially because Latias in the tier. So definitely not too broken now. Cresselia. So definitely not too broken. But I think it's got very humble. Hang on, blunder too much. A humble. Okay, good. Drizzle is 100% unbanned. And I believe the BL Pokemon are unbanned too. So good. But yeah. Drizzle's unbanned. I was right. So, yeah. Very good UU Pokemon. Sub 3 attacks is good. Life Orb 3 attack. Life Orb 4 attacks is good. Stealth Rock 3 attacks is very good too. Always a UU mon. Very good UU mon. Nihilego down here. I'm excited about it. Now, while it doesn't have Z moves, it also doesn't have to face one of its biggest checks, which was not only, well, two of his biggest checks from last generation, which were Empoleon and Pursuit. So, like a Scarf Nihilego or whatever, Nihilego, like Crocodile would be a premier Scarfer from last generation's EU. Nihilego would come out, and am I remembering generations right? I feel like, why do I feel like I'm remembering generations wrong? Let me just look at it. Nope, no, I am. I am remembering it right. So yes, okay. I feel like I was mixing it up with Gen 6 for a second, but yeah. So Nihilego could be pursued shot by Crocodile as they feared Earthquake from Scarf. But Nihilego now doesn't have to fear that. Nihilego also, while it doesn't have like hidden power fire or whatever, it does have a really strong rock move in Meteor Beam, and the combination of Meteor Beam and Power Herb sounds straight up busted. No, not busted, but very good. It was also a good stall mon. I don't think it's gonna be that great of a stall mon because it doesn't have Alomola to Wish Pass because Alomola's not in the game. So, but with T-Spike, I think is pretty cool. Offensively, I like Meteor Beam plus 3 attacks, and I like it as a Scarfer too because it can easily snowball with its Beast Boost. Yeah, it can easily do some work with Beast Boost as well, and basically become a Spexmon once after it gets a boost. So, pretty cool Scarfer as well. Amistar, like I said, they just confirmed that they are releasing the rain. So, Amistar with Pokemon like Polito, Pokemon like Kingdra, Pokemon like Thundurus, man. Oof, that is going to be a lot of fun. And it got Meteor Beam now. I got a nice little new toy, so I can actually like Shell Smash or Meteor Beam or just Meteor Beam immediately and get the special attack raise. Excited about that. I think that's one of the big things about Amistar. It's an incredible special attack stat. And don't sleep. Speaking of Pokemon not to sleep on, Raikou is down here. And while, again, there being no Pursuit actually hurts Raikou because it can't, because it can't, it struggles with breaking through Pokemon like Latias unless you're running like Weather Ball and Hail or something, your Combine Weather Ball and Hail, which I guess is possible. They did give it Scald, so that's great for ground types. So Subcalm Mind, Scald. Shoot, put Discharge too, man. Just get that 30% para or burn. Just do it. Either way, man, it helps you out. And they also have Aura Sphere, which it had before, but now I can run Aura Sphere without a Rash Nature. Rash Nature, Aura Sphere, 1 hit KO, it's alright. So it doesn't have to run that with a Rash Nature. So that's really good for Raikou. I don't know if, like, let's say Abaddon does stay down in this tier or whatever. Them giving it Scald, I think it's really big. Like, it's no drawback type of thing. I'm excited to see how people deal with Latias and things like that, like the mons that were specifically checked by Pursue. I'm really excited to see how people deal with that sort of thing. I think you just like force them into situations with like offensive Pokemon like Scizor and put it to work. But yeah, I like the fact that Raikou can Calm Mind up and has that 30% chance on 2 of its best moves. And it obviously has Aura Sphere too, which is something that maybe like on dual screens as well. Calm Mind, Weakness Policy, Thunderbolt, Scald, Aura Sphere. Kyurem comes out, tries to spec Earth Power you, get the boost, knock him out Aura Sphere. Regidrago. So let's count all the fairy types we see. We see Azumarill, we see Diancie, we see Hatterene, Lele Bulu, but those aren't gonna last. Yeah, that's it. And then if I actually look at the current UU tier, we have, looking at the fairies, Grimmsnarl, Mimikyu, Sylveon, and Galarian Weezing, which is like one of the best Pokemon. You know what? And even though I see all of that, and let's say Regidrago goes down to RU, and then it's going to get banned from RU, I still think Regidrago could be a demon, right? It's basically like Regieleki. So like you just, the Steel types don't matter, right? There's no special defense here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Skarmory, Scizor, Metagross, you don't matter. You matter to somebody, but you don't matter to Regidrago, okay? You do not matter to Regidrago. That mon does not give a damn about you, because specs on Trick Room, specs on or Scarf on just offensive in general. I've seen Trick Room variants, I've seen fast variants. I mean, it's fast, so like you don't have to use on Trick Room, but in general, Regidrago hits incredibly hard. Pair it with some Pokemon that are going to overwhelm Steel types. You stack up on weaknesses. You got Regidrago plus Hydreigon. Hydreigon will nasty Flash Cannon Steel types, right? You got Zone. Stack it up with Zone. Zone will destroy Steel types and also deal with fairies at the same time. And that's what I meant with Hydreigon as well. Not forget Steels. I meant like stack it with Pokemon that can overwhelm fairy types. And that's how you're going to get some dubs with Regidrago. And then this one, just watch this mon, click Dragon Energy, and just kill everything. That's what we want to see. Ooh, Regigigas is UU. Wow. So Regigigas got a few toys this generation. Thank God. Like, what? They needed it. It got Body Press, which means it starts with a base 110 actual good move. So, like, physically defensive Body Press. Okay, you got 350 base power right there, which is pretty cool. I think that's a really, like, cool thing that it can do right there. It also got Protect, which is something it didn't have before. It also got Rest. So now it actually has ways of dealing with or stalling out those turns a little bit easier. So I'm actually really curious to see if somebody can do something with this Pokemon. I feel like, I don't think UU necessarily, but I think that in lower tiers, this mon, as it eventually falls down, I think this mon can actually do something crazy. I won't be surprised if I put up a video, or MV or Blunder or whatever, put Regigigas Body Press Sweep, whatever the hell it is, I don't know. Like something like that. This mon can definitely do something. I'm just looking through its move pool to see if it gets like Harden or Defense Curl or something to abuse that that defense raise. Damn, it gets Sewer Power, man. That's not what I want to see. That's lowering you. I'm just looking. Let me just Control F defense. Lowers targets. Rock Smash. Damn it, Sewer Power, Rock Smash. Stop lowering my defenses and theirs. Whatever. So it doesn't get anything as far as I know. I'm about to run a Seed with this thing. I'm about to run like Grassy Seed or something. Ooh. I trademarked that. That's mine. Whenever you use Grassy Seed Regigigas, which is a terrible idea, by the way. You want leftovers, I think, on this Pokemon. If you do it, trademark Joey. Alright, so Registeel as well. I think it's going to have a good place in UU. Registeel typically is UU, RU, but like RU usually, but there's no Empoleon to like outclass it as a special defensive steel. And I mean, Registeel also being able to, I think Registeel being able to Body Press is like one of the biggest changes for Registeel ever, because now it has, like, just to give you an idea of how Registeel's defense is unboosted, it's 336, that's the number. So it and its attack is 75, so it was always average. Like the premier Registeel set was Seismic Toss, Toxic, Protect, and Stealth Rock. But now you can put Body Press on there. These Steel types, ooh, they're gonna start taking some damage. They're gonna start taking some damage, bro. My boy offensive, Registeel defensive, the wall, the tank. So I'm like that. I think it's a good check to Lottie as well because it doesn't care about like +4. I'm sure like special defense could live like +4 Aura Sphere or whatever like that. Maybe if it's not Life Orb, I'm pretty sure it can. And you got like Toxic to wear down. So this might actually be a Registeel, like a tier where Meta Registeel isn't terrible. I can check Curum, can check Hatterene to an extent. It can check a few, and I like the fact that Body Press is. I like the fact that it has access to Body Press. Rotom Heat down here. Don't know if I'll stay UU this generation because Heavy Duty is nasty plot, but very solid. With obviously we know what it can do in the OU tier, so we know that's actually a pretty decent Pokemon. With Volt Switch and Overheat respectively. Volt Switch on Lottie coming in. It has, I mean, just as much the same threats in OU as it did right here. Hippowdon can be special defensive, and if it's not like Toxic, Hippowdon can Toxic back or Rock Slide. You have Alakazam outspeeding it. You have Como and Hydreigon, excuse me. As Monster can do it, you have Spectcurum, so it's interesting that it's going to be down here. It's still going to be fighting its same friends. Then Zeraora down here too, and Volcarona too. So very interesting. Mence. Mence has been banned from UU a few times. Dragon Dance, Moxie variants are all very scary, of course. That more so had to do with the fact that there was Z-moves. And instead of banning Z-moves, they decided, okay, let's ban Mence. So, which is funny because we have Dynamax banned now. I guess Dynamax is always broken, whereas Z-moves can sometimes be. Maybe Dynamax isn't always broken, but anything with Super Sonic Sky Strike is busted. Or like Max Knuckle or like Max Geyser, and you're a Swift Swim user, set up your move for A. But either way, you know what I'm just thinking about? I'm sorry, I know this kind of cuts it off, but like in the beginning of Sword and Shield, Showdown had it wrong, and they had like Max Knuckle at 140 base power, and I lost my Brodom to a Barraskewda because it Max Knuckled, it Max Geysered into a Max Knuckle, and I died. I should not have died. I just realized that I should not have died. Gets me mad. Whatever, I play on a simulator, so that's my fault. But Salamence, Mixed Mence looks very good. Obviously, Fairy types can easily hard wall. It does have dual Wing Beat now, so maybe a Dragon Dance variant with like Life Orb for the added damage can plow through some fairies. With obviously screens and weakest spots. I always say screens and weakest spots. I feel like that's like when UU gets crazy mons. I feel and crazy offensive mons. I feel like screens is what everybody inherently just like it's like moves to. So, I feel like that's something Mence could do. There's a Dragon Dance, do a Wing Beat. Sounds interesting. I mean, it has some easy, very easy checks in this tier. Besides just Fairy types in general, just like Weezing. Galarian Weezing does not care. And that mon didn't exist last generation when this mon got banned. Like I said, Super Sonic Sky Strike is not a thing. So, this might be a tier where Salamence can stay. But even then, it has Hurricane. So, on the special side. So, maybe Mixed Mence running Hurricane will allow it to break through. As long as it lands, right, will allow it to break through. Oh, I'm about to run Spec Salamence. We got Hurricane, Hydro Pump, Fire Blast. What else can miss? Oh, Draco Meteor, perfect. None of my moves can land. That's exactly what I want. Now, if you were Wush, you want Air Slash, Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, and you get Water Pulse, bro? I feel like you get Water Pulse. Let's go, run Twister. If you want to hit your water moves, run Rain Dance. That's you're guaranteed to hit, bro. And you know what? You'll save some plants as well. So, but yeah, I just forgot. I remember that I got that. So like, I think Mixed Mence and like Hurricane could be really cool. I might even run. Well, you just have to worry about Sylvia at that point. Yeah, you just run Hurricane, Draco, a Fire move, and Roost, and that hits basically everything in the tier. Okay, so that sounds really fun. Maybe Mence will actually be overwhelming for the UU tier. That'd be cool. Scizor. Scizor is a premier Pokemon in the UU tier, man, but now I gotta deal with Madden's own Skarmory, Celesteela, Mystical Fire on Latias. Oof, I think it's still gonna stay UV. I think it's gonna be really good. I think Offensive Scizor is really good. I think Bandit Scizor is very good. Because Bandit Scizor is, I think people forget just how good Bandit Scizor is, right? We got all these Pokemon, we got Pex and stuff in OU, so you don't be seeing it. But Bandit Scizor would be picking up Pokemon from like 80%, man. After a Stealth Rock hit, and a Life Orb hit, Salamence dies. Sometimes even after Stealth Rock, it can die. So Bandit Bullet Punch. I think what was the roll? 65 to 76. I don't remember. I remember it kind of from DEV, but let me see what I got here. Calc. Scizor. Why is OU choice? Forget you. Pissing me off, not showing me the right set. Salamence. Let's get rid of this Intimidate. Intimidate not even on. 58 to 69. Damn, Mence, you thick, bro. Okay, I remember that calc a little bit wrong. I remember it dying though after stuff that was from Life Orb, but damn, that's even a high roll too. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So either way, good mon. Skarmory was great when it was down here. I like Iron Defense body press sets to beat opposing Skarmory. Having that option to actually hit Magnezone is pretty cool. Obviously, as a Spiker, good check to a lot of physical threats in the tier. Jirachi can body press things as well, like Crawdaunt, so that's pretty cool. I think it's going to be fine here and either eventually move up or just stay in the U tier as a dominant wall. Galarian Slowking, I feel, is such an interesting mon. Like, I haven't used it too much. I've only used maybe 2 battles, which is why I haven't done a moveset video on it. But Slowking is so interesting to me because it has really cool. I mean, obviously it still has Regenerator, but it has really interesting stats. And on top of that, it has the it's Eerie Spell, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what it's called? Eerie Spell? Was it called Eerie? Why is this not a freaking move on the game? Eerie Spell removes 3 PP from the target's last move. So I mean, it's interesting too because obviously it can threaten Dark types. So some of them would Scald, depending on the mon. I guess Incineroar probably shrugs that off. Sludge Bomb could do some decent damage to Pokemon overall. I think Eerie Spell would be interesting. I feel like a block could be pretty cool. I don't think right now it's gonna be anything crazy there. Also, UU currently has Galarian Slowbro as well running around in terms of Assault Vest user, in terms of Nasty Plot as well if it wants to. But this mod could do it too. This mod's so interesting compared to Slowking. It's very interesting. It has the same thing, right? It just got higher. Yeah, it got higher special attack. So I love the fact that it absorbs poison, toxic spikes. I love the fact that it gets it can be a good Assault Vest user with Regenerator as well. Basically has everything the other one wants. I don't know, it's interesting. I think it's a really interesting one. I'm excited to try it out in UU. I've been waiting a little bit. Stakataka, oof, they gave it body press, oof. They gave this boy. Obviously it can use Trick Room as well. It actually doesn't have to use, defensive nature or lonely nature to get the attack raise, because who cares about an attack raise when you're getting your body press boosted, right? I'm just gonna run Brave and get my my defense raise and just kill things with Gyro Ball anyway. His Gyro Ball broken, every single time I get a defense raise, this body press about to start knocking out ghost types. That's how strong it's about to be. So Stakataka can just do some damn damage. I also remember special defensive Stakataka when Mega Pidgeot was in the tier. And it's also a good check to Lottie that doesn't run Aura Sphere. So that's pretty cool. It can also eat a +2 Hydreigon's hit unless it's Earth Power. So that's also really cool for Stakataka. Max attack and Stakataka. I can't wait to say that again. So very dominant Trick Room Pokemon in my opinion. Gonna be very scary. Iron Defense. It gets Iron Defense, right? It should. It's a Stakataka, man. It's a freaking Stakataka. Show me this Iron Defense. Yeah, that's what I like to see, bro. About a 1v1 Skarmory. It gets Heat Crash now too. Oof. Come here and take your damage, damn it. Skarmory definitely gonna run body press. Suicune, my favorite Pokemon. Hello, my friend. It has been a long time. Sorry I couldn't use you, but there were some demons up in OU. But you? Oh, don't worry. We'll sub Calm Mind, Protect, Scald everybody. Don't worry. We're gonna rest, Sleep Talk, Scald, Calm Mind everybody. No Empoleon to phase you out? You don't say. Oh, you want to try offensive right now too? I'm sorry. Whatever. Suicune's good. Suicune's always good, right? It doesn't matter what's in the tier. Sub Calm Mind, Suicune can do work. Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Rest, Scald can put in work. Really, really good. I mean, there's Bulu and there's Tangrowth, but those mons aren't staying. I don't think Tangrowth will stay. I don't think Bulu would stay either. Though I think Rillaboom completely outcasts it just because they didn't give the mon what it needed. They did not. They did not give it what it needed. So it's a damn shame. But yeah. So I feel like this Pokemon could have done I feel like this is the mon you'll see eventually in OU in tournaments, not like by usage, but in tournaments you'll see it in UU, because I think it's going to be a very slept on Pokemon. It's going to do the exact same thing it always does. It has pressure, it's really bulky, it can sub-calm mine, it's going to beat Pokemon because of that, it's going to protect, it's going to take all your PP, it doesn't matter, you just use the battery, it's going to take all that freaking piss off. No, I'm sorry, it's too early, I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's going to take your PV, I'm sorry, that's just, I should segue this into my Manscaped ad that I got to do this month. If you nick your balls, though, they should not give me a channel. We have, just Suicune's really good. Always good. Always good. Tangrowth. Woof! What are you doing down here, silly? We got regenerated Pokemon down here, man. We got Tangrowth and Amoonguss. Oof. That's going to be nice. I think a Soft Edge Tangrowth is actually going to be pretty viable in this tier. I think defensive, obviously, is going to be good, too, for offensive Pokemon. But I think the Soft Edge is going to be one of its better ones. Just because you can either shrug off a hit from, like, Lottie and things like that. I'm actually going to run a Soft Edge plus Sleep Powder. So when I get knocked off, inevitably I Crawdaunt, I can Sleep Powder Latias coming in. Or like Kyurem coming in. But no, Tangrowth is a great premier physical wall. Even it hits like Choice Band, Scissors, U-Turn, checking stuff like Zero or like Zygarde. That's like, well, it does check Zero or yes, but also Zarude is what I was trying to say. But Knockoff, Sleep Powder, Sludge Bomb sounds really good. Bulu's in the tier, so it sounds cool. Assault Vest can check Lele as well, much like it did before. Like basically, you pivot into your Assault Vest Tangrowth, and then you go to your significant other counter from there. My God. I'm just looking at how long I'm short, I'm paraphrasing like everything too, like I could talk about these mons forever. But Bulu, oof, top of Bulu, man, why they did you dirty, bro? Where the player effect, where the Grassy Glide at? Why you not right up there with Rillaboom? It does get close combat though, and it does have Darkest Lariat as well as Megahorn, so I think that well, Megahorn had before and Darkest Lariat just got, but I think that like the I think Swords Dance special defensive sets are gonna be very good, very good. Because we're not going to be dying to very many hits besides like Hurricane from Zapdos, Hurricane from Salamence or something like that. So I think special defensive ones be very good. They check Raikou unless they get burnt. They check Latias as well. So I do think we'll see, they can even eat like a hit from Kyurem, I'm sure, if it's max special defense. And like a +2, you knock it out with close combat. So just, I think Boo is going to be good. I think Bandit is going to be okay. I don't think Bandit is going to be the greatest. But if you do run Bandit, just run Bandit, Bulu plus Magnezone, and then Bandit gets a whole lot better. You already know. Speaking of like a whole lot better, Lele, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Demon, just a demon. That mon is really good in OU too right now. Honestly, it's really underrated in OU, just because of what's around. Like I said in the tier, we had Genocide for a while. We have Landorus, Pheromosa, things like that could threaten it. But Lele is very. You guys know how good Lele is, even if with the nerfs to terrain and making Grassy and Electric and all them like weaker. Lele is still very good with Psychic, Psyshock, Moonblast, and his Focus Blast. It's perfect coverage. I don't think this mon's going to stay in the tier, especially with Lele plus Magnezone. Very similarly, even if Celesteela starts running what? Shedshell, Skarmory runs Shedshell, whatever, that won't make a difference. You know what Shedshell means? It means you're not getting leftovers recovery. That's exactly what that means. So when this Psychic does 48% to Celesteela and you try to protect, you live the next one. Nah, fam. You got that. I'm going to go for the next Psychic. I'm going to get the roll. You know, if you get the 48, you get the 52. That's how it works. But, yeah. Another broken Pokemon on the tier. Thundurus. God, man. Nasty Plot Thundurus. Should have banned. There's no freaking way. Both of them. Both of them. There is no way, bro. And you might be like, well, Thundurus doesn't have access to hidden power, so it can't really deal with Latias. Who the hell cares? It has Dark Pulse, bro. I'm going to run Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and Sludge Bomb. Shoot. On both of them. Focus Blast is also another option for Kyurem, but as well, and Hydreigon. But yeah, Thundurus is way too fast. I think this is one of the also other quick bans we'll see, but way too fast. Can sub for free with Prankster. Can Thunder Wave offensive checks too. Besides like Hydreigon, which is a Dark type. So like Scarlet Dragon, but can slow down everything. I think it's going to be too much for the tier. There's no way Thundurus. Both of them are going to be BO Knights. That's why I can't wait, by the way. BO Knights is, I got a DM Blender, bro. Let me DM him right now, bro. Nice. He said, I just did a Swampert Archzo damn good team. Nice. Bro, BO Knights about to be the best series since season 1. The meta gonna be fire. The mon's gonna be fire. The people gonna love it. Mark my words. Okay. Yeah, both Thunders are going to be banned. The other one's stronger, slower, but stronger. But just enough speed to outspeed some prominent Pokemon that I'm seeing right here, like Hydreigon, freaking Victini. Yo, to see Victini and UU again, man, it's been a minute. What is this, black and white? That's really cool to see that, boy. The difference was that in black and white, you could pursue it with physically defensive Snorlax and actually check it. But you can't pursue them now, man. These Psychic, bro, Psychics types, gonna be just as good as they were in Gen 1 down here. And freaking Ghost types, gonna be, I mean, Ghosts weren't that great forever. Because Pursuit was around since like Gen 2, and then Ghost was like physical until Gen 4. But I mean, Gengar's cool. Sub Nasty Plot or like Focus Blast type of thing. But yeah, both of these, Mom, I can't see them staying. I cannot. Thunderous T as well. Stronger. Bro, facts. When BL popping up, peep this swapper time. This disgusting thumbnail I'm seeing. I love how he shows me the comparison thumbnail that he took from another old thumb. That's how you do YouTube, bro. You see something that popped off, you copy it. But little insight for people that don't know. You did for example, you did Scolipede Unstoppable with like some towers and giant Scolipede looking like the Centipede from One Punch Man, and it did 70k views. You copy that with Thundurus because it's a long Pokemon. You put a whole bunch of things too. I need to play, guys. Please leave teams. I need to play this metagame before things get. I gotta record a bunch today, and I'm not gonna be able to too, but I try. But yeah, Thundurus way too strong. I think this one can do like agility 3 attacks as well, even better than the other one. Can do Nasty Plot a little bit better, but I think both are just gonna be crazy. I can run bulky variants too. It's too good of a speed tier. Togekiss, what the hell are you doing down here, bro? Come back. Yeah, but like I said, once this Mon gets banned, and this Mon, Togekiss coming back. But Nasty Plot, Thunder Wave sounds nasty. Air Slash, it's just standard Togekiss. I know what it does. Gonna be a good addition. Heavy duty boots as well. Doesn't have to worry about rocks, which is pretty cool. And it has some decent checks, right? Like Scizor, Registeel, and a Hiligo offensively. Stack attack if it's not running Aura Sphere. Choiced or Assault Vest on Magnezone. There's Metagross, so that's some pretty good checks. Celesteela. So I think it's not going to be overwhelming at all. Toxtricity is back in UU, and Toxtricity was in UU before. It was a very good UU Pokemon in my opinion. Boom Burst, obviously, it rose to OU for a bit because people started using that Life Orb, like Shift Gear, Rash Nature with Drain Punch, but enough attack EVs to KO Excadrill at +1 type of thing, Tyranitar thing. And Boom Burst, Overdrive, but I think that Specs is going to be phenomenal. I think Specs is going to be amazing. Like, just click Boom Burst, and you got like Soundproof Como right here, and you got a bunch of steals too. So, very, very strong. Uxie comes up here, or moves down to UU. Trick Room Setter. That's about it. That's what Uxie's going to offer. I think Uxie's going to fall back down to RU as well next shift. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal setter for that as well. I think it's going to be a phenomenal set for that as well. We just got actually the usage stats. So for the other tier, I want to get the usage stats up in here too, and we'll look at them in a bit. But oh, no surprise, Calyrex Shadow and its counter are 1 and 2. UU doesn't matter. RU doesn't really matter as much right now. NU, Archazone, things like that. Yep. Yeah, we'll look at this in a sec. I don't even know why they put Little Cup on this anymore. Well, why you give me the usage tier for Little Cup? They're the same. But yeah, Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Yawn, Memento type of thing. That's Uxie's job. Victini, oh my god. Bandit Victini. I can click V. You're telling me I can click V-Create and they can't pursue me? They can't trap me? Yep, Bandit's gonna be good. Scarf gonna be good. This Mon gonna be nasty. And, you know, T-Tart out there just I don't care, bro. I'm a 2-kill with Bandit V-Create. Bro, and I'm gonna do U-turn to like 90%. Nah, it does like 70% to Hydreigon. Is it Hub Buzz strong? Got a strong speed tier too. There's no way this Mon stays. There's no. This Mon moving back up to OU naturally, but otherwise it'd be a BO night too. Speaking of like that, I don't know about Volcanion. Like Latias is gonna be one of the best checks, but like a sub-toxic set with Steam Eruption plus Flamethrower looks incredibly good too. It does have good natural offensive checks, like again Latias, Rotom can Volt Switch and break the sub and do decent damage. Toxtricity is faster than Volcanion, but like even then, like this Mon is annoying for the tier. But I think he'll stay. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Volcanion was also UU before last generation, and yeah, shout out to K, for all the stuff. Appreciate you very much. Yeah, Volcanion was like UU before as well, if I'm not mistaken. And for at least a bit. Actually, I think I moved back up to OU as well. Let me look at Gen 7 UU right now. Let's see what we got. Volcanion. Yep, it was UU. Cool. So, yeah, very similar Pokemon are going to be UU as well this generation. I see Volcanion staying UU for a bit, and then maybe eventually people using it like occasionally in the OU tier. I feel like Volcanion is going to have a decent spot. Like if you look at the OU tier stats, hey, this is going to get banned, right? We got Lantern. Lantern's going to get banned. Zygarde's going to get banned. Good versus a lot. Kyurem's going to get banned. So it's good versus the other ones. And just offensively, Sub is very strong too. Yeah, I can see it going back up to OU. I could definitely see it going back up to OU. Hey, come back. So yeah, for sure I can see it coming back. Volcanion. That one was like what, top 5, top 6 last tier shift. Now it's UU. Bro, that's only because of new toy syndrome. This mod is shooting right back up. What the hell is Volcarona doing there? What is Volcarona doing there? What are you doing? Where are you running? This boy is not going anywhere. Bro, go back to OU where you belong. I'm not even looking at Volcarona. That's a quick ban. Well, funnily enough, we got special defensive Hippowdon. We have potentially Rock Slide on Como. We got Victini down here. We got some nice offensive check. We got Entei as an offensive check too. Chansey if it's not running Saving or Quiver Dance. Azumarill. Yo, hold up. Wait. Now Helico? Oh my god. Just kidding, guys. No. No matter what, this mod will not say UU. Whether by the council banning it or by it being pulled right back up by people using it. And then we got Zeraora, which again, funnily enough, Rotom Heat, Tangrowth, Hippowdon, Amoonguss, Latias. Like, what the hell, bro? They just be dragging themselves and all their counters down there, too. So they just be trying to put in some work in the little tier. That's funny. I think that Zeraora actually could be okay in UU, funnily enough. I think that with the bulky grass types we have, Como there, too, Latias as well. I think it could be Hippo, for sure. Now, do I think he'll stay UU? Nah. It's too good of a speed tier. Even with Landers being back, too good of a speed tier. Knock is still good. Subtoxic is really good. I don't see it staying. All right, from OU to RU. Let me tell you, Mons are getting quick ban. You got Xurkitree right there. Xurkitree doesn't have Tail anymore because Tail ain't in the game. But that doesn't matter, bro. Specs is too good. Specs is just strong. It don't matter. Or just Scarf away from it, doesn't matter. Tornadus, I could not see it staying in RU, especially because UU is going to unban Drizzle, that means I believe it's also going to be in RU too for a bit, and Politoed is definitely down there in the tiers, so you're going to be able to use it in RU too, and Rain's going to be nasty, so I don't see that staying in. Kabutops as well, I can see that thing pulling out to UU just because of the Rain, but how Rhyperior top 15 in usage and then drop back down to RU. This might be a mon that we eventually see go back up for a bit, just based on what's available in OU. But, I mean, Rhyperior is a good RU Pokemon. It's always been a good RU Pokemon. It's a good UU Pokemon, right? It's a good Pokemon in general. Nidoqueen typically ends up in RU. It's the RU Nidoking, right? It's a good Stealth Rocker, good attacker. Articuno, I think, is actually really healthy for RU too, especially with Nidoqueen being down there. Because while there are a plethora of fire types, Nidoqueen kind of just wrecks everything besides Snorlax, so, which just came back up. So like a heavy duty boots Articuno can like eat hits up and defog and click buttons. I'm excited to see if Archeops can like Meteor Beam and do things like that. Regice, I think Regice will drop down even more. OU to NU. We got some crazy mons. Tyrantrum the big one that stands out to me besides Crobat. Tyrantrum can close combat now, so Scarf sets are going to be wild, especially with the fact that Mudsdale is RU now. That's like the best ground type. So Head Smash, Bandit Head Smash, Bandit Close Combat, Dragon Claw, Scarf sets is going to be crazy. Spiritomb has Poltergeist now, which is pretty cool too. Maybe a good defensive ghost type for the NU tier, especially because like this generation you know how to deal with Pokemon like Incineroar and stuff like that. So Bandit can be cool with that too. Speaking of Bandit, Aggron can do the exact same thing with Head Smash. Audino can be a good Trickermon. Aurorus sets up rocks and blizzard spams, and it's the ice type they have because the Bomb Snow and Vanillix went up. Carbink probably not going to stay in NU, but rocks and dual screens. Cradilly is... I love that we have Aggron, by the way, and Tyrantrum and Regirock, because now we have like good offensive checks to Ninjask, which is really good in NU in my opinion. Regirock as well can Stealth Rock and Body Press too. Be a good NU rocker. Finally, like we don't have a good Pokemon like that. Cradilly, I don't see it like doing too much. Like maybe checking Wishy-Washy, but even then Wishy-Washy is just toxic. Ice Beams are U-turns, and Cradilly is basically useless. So I think Cradilly is gonna fall down. Crobat, great defogger. I think Crobat's actually worse in NU than it is in like RU/UU, but it's a good fighting type check. But even then, like the best fighting type in the tier is what Gallade. So let's just look at the use of stats real quick. Yep, Gallade number 2. These guys are moved up, so it doesn't matter. Rotom's up there too. So, funnily enough, I think Crobat, which is going to be a good UU Pokemon, RU, and even a decent niche pick in OU, is not going to be as good in NU. Personally, that's my personal opinion. But maybe Nasty Block Crobat can put in work. Actually, Nasty Block sounds very fun. Let me just check one thing. Does Crobat get this move? It does get Dark Pulse. I feel like I got Dark Pulse by Crobat in some game. But Crobat does get Dark Pulse, so that could be cool. Maybe like a Nasty Block Dark Pulse variant could be really cool. And that lets it deal with like Rotom and has a good speed tier. Has a natural bulk as well. Has Heat Wave too. Not that there's too many steals in that tier, but whatever. Electivire is an NU. Electivire probably falls down to PU and becomes the king of PU like it was last generation. Sceptile is NU. Sceptile is Dragon Dance now, which is pretty cool. Too bad we didn't get it when we had Mega Sceptile, right? On the special side, it has Leaf Storm and Giga Drain and Focus Blast and Dragon Pulse. That's about it. It doesn't have Hidden Power, which I think hurts a little bit, but I think a strong, if you actually look at the NU tier, a strong grass type is something that NU is kind of lacking, right? Like a strong offensive grass type. Like they had Whimsicott, but Whimsicott and Abomasnow, I don't consider them grass types. They're fairies plus ice types, respectively. Because Moonblast is way more spammable than Energy Ball, and Blizzard is way more spammable than whatever attack you want, Leaf Storm that you want to do from Abomasnow. So I consider them like the secondary typing, even though they are. So that could be interesting. I don't see it being like anything too crazy. From OU to PU, we also have Calyrex. Ooh, I actually experienced Calyrex just a little bit. And Calyrex can like Subseed and do things like that. I think Subseed would be really nice in PU. Can Encore. We have Altaria down there, which is a good defogger. It also gets Fire Spin plus Perish Trap, so can't wait to use that. Absol got Close Combat this generation, so Swords Dance Close Combat Absol might be a little bit too much for that tier. Armaldo, Rocker. Caracasa, Shell Smash. Krogno, good Rapid Spinner, defogger, whatever. Guzzlord, I feel like offensive dragon types are just too good in lower tiers, in my personal opinion. So that might be the case for Guzzlord as well. Especially because it does have coverage with like Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, Draco. And if you guys play PU, if you guys play any, if you guys play whatever, let me know. Jinx in PU, which is kind of to be expected. I also think that this mod may at a point be too much for the tier and may end up being PUBL. Magmortar definitely not going to stay PU, that is for sure. This mon got more coverage this generation than it had before. Specs, offensive, Assault Vest, Heavy Duty Boots, Taunt, doesn't matter. It's going to be way too much. Mesprit PU, right where she belongs, the queen of the tier, or king, whatever, I don't judge. Stealth Rock variant, Scarf variants, No Pursuit. No Pursuit's a big thing, like I said, for Psychic types, like Jinx, like Calyrex, like this. So even though PU has like, if we look at the PU user stats, the Rune as hold up. The Rune as number 1. The Rune is number 1, and then you have like dark types as well. The Ghost, God, look at these ghosts putting in work. I still think Mesmer gonna be very good. That's interesting to see Jolteon and Kangaskhan being used in the PU tier. Whereas like I remember like NU and stuff like that for them. But Mesprit, Relicanth can set up Stealth Rock, can Head Smash. Oh, Walrein, bro. We're about to see this. Wait, did they keep Swords Dance, or was that a lie? Don't hurt. They did keep Swords Dance. Let's go. All right, so Swords Dance, Walrein. Everybody said Swords Dance was Tusks, apparently. If that's what y'all say, that's what we do. So Swords Dance, Walrein with like Icicle, Spear, Liquidation, Earthquake type of thing. Can definitely be really fun now here, especially with the boots, man. With the boots, ooh, and Zygarde 10% is gonna get banned. There is no way that Pokemon ends up staying. There's no way that Pokemon ends up staying there. No way. That mod's gonna be freaking RU high tier NU, but definitely RU, I think. From U to RUBL, we have Reuniclus, which doesn't really matter unless they free it. From U to RU, you have Slowking and Starmie. Oh my god, Starmie, what are you doing? no. Good offensive water type in RU, especially if you like I said, look at the let's look at the tier stuff one more time. Arcanine number 1, Passimian is still number 2 and 3, so potentially Pokemon it could beat. Defensive Blastoise, Spinning, Pokemon it could beat. These are all Pokemon that it can actually do decent damage with in the 1v1 scenario. So that's cool. The Slowking as well, down back to RU, good for in general for like special attackers like Gardevoir and stuff like that. From RU to NU BL, Porygon. From RU to NU, we have Toxico. I thought Toxico got banned. I feel like Toxico got banned, so maybe coming back, it doesn't matter. Centiskorch, Claydol, Colossal, Kingler. Kingler's not staying down here, that's for sure. Especially because they're unbanning Drizzle. Kingler going right back up. Lycanroc, oof. Lycanroc actually sounds really cool in a metagame where there's no Mudstail, because this mon has a good speed tier, Stone Edge in close combat, very strong. I don't know what Silvally that is. Tangela as well. Sounds like a good check. Good offensive grass type check that can sludge bomb and check like Whimsicott and stuff like that, even though fairies are very good. I like Colossal the most and Centiskorch out of these because I think we need some good fire types in this tier in NU. Personally, like I said, I've been playing NU a lot because of like tournaments and stuff, and there are just like Ninetales and Rapidash are the fire types, and Colossal is a pretty decent check to them. They do get high horsepower and Scorching Sand. I don't like those fire types as well. Rapidash can be defensive or offensive, but I like Colossal, and it can easily eat whatever hits. It doesn't matter if it's 4 times a week, it will eat it. So Claydol as well being a good spinner. Centiskorch sounds very, very, very fun for NU. Centiskorch sounds very fun for NU because if you look at the NU tier, only offensive waters really do work. But like Ninjash checks it and things like that. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Good. Why couldn't that mon be NU when I was playing NU? Vaporeon, very good wish support. I don't think it'll be broken by any means as all. I think it's just going to be pulled up when it's used in other tiers. NU PO, that doesn't matter. NU to PU. Selgor, Cinccino, Frostmoth, Kingler, Rhydon, Rotom, Fan, Sandaconda, and Togedemaru. Togedemaru, nice little PU Scarfer, I bet. That's going to be down there. Selgor, obviously the spikes and offensive throat spray is going to be nasty. Cinccino, that's going to be nasty too. You got Frostmoth, probably end up being banned in PU. Just because Quiver Dance is going to be very hard to stop. It's very slow though, so who knows. Kingler, another mon that you probably see banned from PU. I think it was PU BL at a point. I remember us using it as a BL night before, and there's no way that it was NU BL. Rhydon is again, very good check to, look at the freaking PU tier. Decent Rune check, Jolteon check, Kangaskhan check, Liepard check, Silvally Poison check, Cramorant's NU, so that doesn't matter. Pheasant check can deal with Sand/2. So, Rotom Fan, decent mon. Sandaconda, very similarly. I think Pterodon going to be a good NU Pokemon. I think PU Pokemon, I think it's going to be annoying as well with that Coil Rest set. From PU to ZAU, again, I don't play too much ZAU, so you guys always leave me your thoughts on that. I always appreciate it. We have Buffalon, Dreadnought. Oh, man, we got all these, look at all these new Pokemon. Freaking the Goat Double, like Phalanx, Golduck, which again might see like some usage because of like Drizzle and like higher tiers. Gourgeist, Heatmore, Luxray, Marini, Mawile, Rapidash, Shuckle, and these 2 Silvally types. So, automatically, just looking at offensive threats, strong offensively. On the special side, you can see like Combine 3 being crazy, Marini being a nice little defensive check, Mawile falling down as well is pretty cool. As well defensively, this ZU Ponyta Rapidash looks wild. Absolutely wild down here. That's actually crazy. And yeah, overall, that's basically it. I kind of just tried to go a little bit quicker with this because I didn't want to be here for 3 hours discussing these Pokemon because I feel like I easily could have. Like I said, I went through these because I wasn't as aware because I haven't been playing, but I easily could have went through like how crazy the mod could have been. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on these insane tier changes that we have in the first tier shift of the Crown Tundra. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.